Okay, this is what you need. Well, it depends on the size of the candle you're making, but for a standard size candle, you'll need about 1.5 cups wax. You can use beeswax or soy wax, or both, but I recommend soy wax because it's cheaper. Okay, so you'll need the wax. This is optional. An optional color. I made my color by using paint. This is paint with a little water. You'll need your scent. This is Christmas tree. And of course, you'll need your candle. Now, for the wick, it's best if you can glue the wick down, but it's not necessary. And of course, to be safe, you'll want a pot holder. And remember always to, when you have a pot, have the handle face inward so you don't go with it. Okay. So the first thing you do is you turn on the stove. Wrong stove, sorry. You turn on the stove and you wait for it to get warm. It doesn't have to be like boiling, but you want it to be relatively hot. Then the next thing you do is you put in your wax and wait for it to melt. Now it usually takes a relatively short amount of time to melt, and it doesn't have to be boiling. And once you see your wax starting to melt, like about now, you put in your color if you're using it. And after your color is well mixed in, like this, you add your scent. Now how much you add is up to you, but I like a rather strong smelling candle. Now this is the time where you usually want to put on the glove, because it's going to start to get hot. And as you can see, it's melting. It's melting pretty well. It's melting my hand. So that's how you need to be careful. Don't touch the water. Don't touch the pan. You don't even want to touch the spoon with your bare hands. And see, I'm trading spoons now. Using this big one. Ooh, that's good. And I'm just waiting for my wax to melt. You can sort of chop it up a little bit. That'll help. Also, if you turn up the heat, and see, as this wax is melting, I'm going to show you this. This is the candle. Of course, there's no candle in it, so it's not a real candle yet. But it's going to be the candle. And once, I'm sure you have candles around your house. And once the candles get all used up, you can just make a new candle and put it in there. And as I already told you, you can't just add the wick in here and think it'll work. There has to be a metal thing on the bottom, and you want to glue, or I guess you could tape it. You want to adhere it to the bottom. And also, not any old string will do for a wick, because a wick is a thick string with a wire in it that's then coated with wax. And the wire and the wax is what makes it a wick. And as you can see, ooh, I probably shouldn't do that. Now the wax is melting. And so in just a few seconds here, once it all looks like that part over there, I will be able to pour it into the container. And I used a little too much scent, I think, but that's okay. I like the candles to smell really, really strong. And now you're going to want 2 gloves, because now you're going to be really mixing it around and stirring. It's almost like you're cooking now. And the thing about homemade candles is they won't last as long as store-bought candles. But luckily you can buy soy wax and scent in bulk for really cheap. Now this camera doesn't have smell-o-vision, but if it did, you would know that I used a little bit too much scent. My mistake. And especially be very careful with scents that smell like fruit and scents that smell like tree. Flower scents, you can really never have too much flour. But yeah, because this is Christmas tree. Also, don't get scents that you think are from the wrong season. Like, don't use a pine scent in summer. And I wouldn't recommend doing like a seaside smelling candle in the winter. Just a recommendation. Now you want to make sure that all the wax is melted. You might think that it will melt on its own, but it won't. Just a fair warning. Now a few suppliers of this candle stuff. If you go to a store, a craft store may have soy wax. And if you're using essential oils for your candles, I think Brambleberry Soap Supplies or this website called Bulk Apothecary. Those both are good suppliers. And if you're just looking for scents, then you can really, I bet you could even like squeeze fruit juice into a candle. I haven't tried it, but basically candles are easy to make, and like I said, you can use bees or soy wax. And this is taking longer than normal. Okay. Now be very, very careful as you pour this. Now you can take the gloves off, and this is the last time you'll want to move the wick, or else the candle will get all wonky. And now, for the final part, if I can find scissors. No scissors, no problem. I'll just tell you. You're gonna cut this. Oh, haha, scissors right here. You're gonna cut this. Oh my gosh, I cut a wire. Yeah, you're gonna cut the wick. And, ta-da, it's a candle. Don't light it till it's gotten sort of hard. Thanks for watching. I hope you have fun making your own candles. Bye.